Hello, it's me, Philip. On a previous video, a gentleman called Mike left a comment saying, "Well done, Phil. You are a glutton for punishment with these corroded boards, but in true Vince style, you did it." Well, I don't know who this Vince bloke is, but he's right about the corroded boards, because I've got something in here which looks very corroded. I've just picked up Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, and I spent a lot of money on this. It cost us £3 in total, but I couldn't resist it because it does look like it's suffering from a mild bit of corrosion, perhaps. And I've always wondered what the battery was for, so I'm hoping I can get this fixed and find out what the battery is for. Is there a motor, some kind of motor in there, that so it becomes like a rumble pack? I'm not sure, but that is my challenge for today. I don't know what this bit is up here. Is that a motor? I'll find out in a second because I'm going to open it up. And here it is. Missing the battery cover, as you would expect. It is a motor. There you go. The front of the board looks okay. The pins don't look too bad like that, but they don't look too good like that. So I think I need a game bit. Does the game work without the battery and you just need the battery for the motor? Let's find out. So I've got a working Game Boy Pocket. Okay, that's got Tetris in. Try this Star Wars Racer. That doesn't do anything, look. Wow. You normally get a Nintendo or a faulty Nintendo thing coming down, but nothing in this case. First thing we'll do, we'll rub a bit of IPA on those pins. I think I'll just open it up, it's going to be easier. Oh, look at that. Try that then. Still nothing. Cool. Right, let's get that open. It's going to be one of these. Or does it need a battery in? We'll put a battery in. Double A, I think. Not a double A. Triple A. Still the same. Nothing. Take the battery out. Oh. I think we've had a bit of battery leakage, a bit of battery spit on there, but I'm going to check these pins first. Those contacts don't look that bad. I'm wondering if I should just disconnect that motor and concentrate on the cartridge first. I'll check the pins. Got some bad corrosion going on here, but often these pins just pop up. They don't seem too bad. I don't think these would be the problem. This could be the problem. I mean, that's just a ground pad there, so that's not too worrisome. So what I think I will do, I'll disconnect these two and we'll get the board out and concentrate on that. So let's disconnect this motor just to get it out of the way. Right, back of the board. Ah, what's that? Not seen that before. There might be some broken wires here, which is possibly underneath this chip. We'll clean up this area, and we might have to end up taking this chip off to study these. I'm going to put a bit of vinegar on there. White vinegar. Put some white vinegar on here. it's what's underneath which is worrying. These look okay. Most of the damaged wires seem to be on the ground. So all I've done at the moment is I've given the board a clean with some white vinegar and some IPA just to remove most of the corrosion. So we'll give that a shot. Oh no! And it's just rebooting. Nintendo, it's trying. It's getting worse. Right, it's getting worse every time I turn it on. So I think that's a problem with the pins. Not the pins on these pins, the pins up here. So I think I'll take this chip off and see what's underneath. I could reflow it. If they're as bad as that, I don't know if underneath the board is going to be bad too. These don't look too bad. Just this edge, which relates to this edge. So I might get away with just resoldering these pins. Just making sure I've got no bridged pins, but they'll do look a little bit better. Right, let's try that. That's Star Wars language for Nintendo. It's getting worse. Like I said, I don't think it's these. We'll check all the pins properly and then we'll whip this one off. I'll whip them both off. See what's underneath. It looks like there's a half pin down here. Oh no, it's a bit of white silk screen covering it. They seem good. Do I check these? Make sure that they go to these? I'll just take the thing off. I'm going to check for pins. End one's ground. Sure it is. Yeah. Do it this way. I'll fast forward. The first one that's not ground, can't seem to pick that up. I don't know if that's a good start or a bad start. So this very first one is at no contact. Doesn't seem to have a trace. I bet you it's blooming ground. No, it's not. Doesn't seem to go anywhere. This one goes up there, to there. It's got to go under that chip, surely. It has to go to one of these. And it doesn't. Try the next one. So I'm just going along the bottom here and then rubbing my... There. So I'm expecting this one, the one next to it, which isn't coming up anywhere. It's got to go to the same place, surely. Or closer down here, but it's not. So it's this one, runs up to there, probably comes out here somewhere. Could be that one. No, that's ground. So this one doesn't seem to go anywhere. So I cannot find this one unless it goes right up to the top. And it does, but should it come to here? I'm not going to know until I take that chip off. Let's take this off. Stop messing about. Well, those wires don't look too bad, so I think that was okay. That chip looks okay to me. So there's something still not working correctly. I suspected some damage under here, but it seems okay. So I'm going to check the pins on this chip, make sure that they go to these pins on the bottom, and if they do, I'll turn my attention to this chip up here. The first pin doesn't, but it might be power pin. Yeah, the first pin goes to this little wire here. That one's not going to the bottom. That one is. That one is. This one goes... Is it ground? No. One of these wires. I would have thought that one went to there. It looks like there's a faint trace there. But it's not. It's going to this one. So I don't know where this one goes. Is it this one? No. Don't know where this one goes at the moment. That one goes up there. Oh, let's just take it off. Take the battery out. It looks nice and clean. There's going to be nothing left on the board by the time I've finished. I may as well take that one off. We'll give that a good clean. May as well take that up. And that one. And I'll clean it up and I'll come back. See this pin? This pin goes up there, round there to here. So from there down to there, but it's not. And the next one down should go to there, but it's not. The third one down goes to there, which it does, and the fourth one down goes to there, and it does. So the top two seem to be missing. If I zoom in, it doesn't look like there's much damage at all, but I'm just going to scrape some of that away, see what's underneath. That did come off a little bit too easy. I think it's this one to here, yeah, but not to the pin, and this one to there, but not to the pin. So, or not to the pad there, but not to the pad, and not to the pad. That one's okay. I'll go through them all. I'll not bore you with it though. I've gone down the whole line here, and pins, what I would call 1 and 2, are definitely faulty. I'm not going to check everything. I'm quite confident that it's just these two. So my options are trying to bridge that with solder, or just put a trace wire from there, once the chip's on, over to the wire. I think any trace wire I try to trace there is just going to come off when I put the chip back on. What would you do? Right, I'm going to have a look to see which way the chips went on or came off, and put them back on the same way, and then that'll fix it, because I'm brilliant. How can I fix this the best looking way? Because this isn't a clear case, so I don't really want bodge wires all over the place. But like I say, if I put one on there, it's just going to come off. Unless I can just bridge that with solder. I'll try and bridge it with solder, and if it doesn't work, once the chip's gone on, I'll have to put a trace wire. Look what happens when you don't put flux on. You end up with a slug. A solder slug. I don't think that'll get it. No. I'll have to put a trace wire on. I could bring the trace wire to here and then leave it over the pin. Worrying about it too much, it's only a game worth about a £5. So this is the top one. This is the second one down. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm snapping the wrong side off, man, because I've turned it over. Take it off. Start again. So that needs to come down and go to that pin. Right, we'll leave that on, that extra bit on, just in case it comes off and we've got to grab onto it, because it's going to be underneath that chip, isn't it? So that should connect to... Now this chip's not going to sit very well on those top two pads. So there's a good chance they're going to come off, but I think it's worth a try. If they come off at the top here, I can get to them and put them back down, or I can clean the board up now and put a bit of Kapton tape over. But I still think the heat is going to get to them, so I'm expecting them to come off, but I will be able to put them back down. And this little mark on the chip corresponds to the little arrow just there. I'd love to know how someone else would tackle this repair. Let us know in the comments section. I don't mind a bit of criticism. This is the internet after all. Right, it looks ever so slightly out. We'll just concentrate on these two pins. They don't look too bad, but I think the third pin might be lifted. These are the ones I'm worried about. These look like they're down properly. A tap with a soldering iron would sort these ones out, but these ones are going to need to be built up with a little bit of solder just to make sure that they're on point. We'll check with the multimeter first. So I think it was this one. Yes, and this one. Yes. And they're not bridged. Brilliant. So just a bit of clean up and to make sure we've got enough solder on these ones so that they're touching, and it's just because these pads are raised up. It looks a mess at the moment, but it's got them. I'm tempted to touch that one. Yeah, they're solid. It's just a shame that the board has gone a little bit darker from using the hot air. Right, they're fine. Right, I'm quietly confident now. Okay. Here we'll go, first test. Oh no! Oh, hang on. Could that be just the... Could that be the game contacts? What's happening? doesn't need a battery in, surely. If you needed one of the little CR batteries, when the battery ran out, it wouldn't work. I'll give these a clean. Ah. Come on. Back to the drawing board. I'm just looking at pin 3 here on the back, and it does seem to have some corrosion around pins 1 and 2, so we can check those. So 2, well 3, I can see 3 goes up to here. Where does 2 supposed to go to? Does it go anywhere? It's hard to say, it doesn't go anywhere on the back. There's a trace here, but I think that comes down to 1. And then the next trace comes down to pin 3, which works. Pin 4, pin 5, and I cannot see where 6 goes. 6 is okay, 7's okay, 8's okay, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, this one doesn't go anywhere. Unless it goes underneath here to these wires. Let's try that. No, I cannot see where that goes. So I think that's 13 and 15 go to this chip. So I'm assuming 14 should go there as well. I might have to take this chip back off. I wonder if I can see from the back. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Does 14 come up here? Yeah. It runs along there. Or it should run along there to there. And I think we found a problem. That does not connect to that. And it's that. A little bit of damage there, which is the cause. Oh, you cannot see. Sorry for blurry vision, but that's it. For this, I'm hoping I can pop some solder around the wire, in the wire there, and then attach a little jumper to that trace. Because I didn't see any damage on the other side when I took the chips off. There are also a few suspect wires here I can test if the game doesn't work properly. They don't look too bad. That one, no, I think that's just the print. Right, get that sorted out. A nice straight jumper along there. And hopefully it'll stay on while I do that. So let's see if pin 14 goes anywhere. It was this one with the little scratches on, and I'm hoping it goes to a pin up here. And it does. Right, let's test this and see if I've got it first time. Right. Switch on. No. No, there's still a problem. Right. I think we'll carry on with that method and check all those pins. I got up to 15, yeah, 16, Yeah. 17. That's not working. It's working now. That one's not though. Which is this one. 19 I think went up here. No. Right, 19. 19's not working as it should. 19. Right, so I'm on 19. Right, 19 goes to there, which goes to there, which then goes up to there, which is behind this chip. So 19, and it should come up to here. Ah, and it does. Right, let's find out where 20 goes to. 20 comes to here, and it goes up to this one. So I'll put my wire in there. See where it comes out there. That goes to the bottom of the board. So 20 is okay. 21 comes up to there, which is this one. And then goes to there. That comes to there. So that's okay. So where does this one go to? There. 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 And that one to there. Yeah. Are they supposed to be connected to the pins at the bottom? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Not that one though. What's that pin? Where does this one go to? This is not coming up anywhere. Goes to here. That one. This one. Comes out here. Should come down to somewhere around here. But it's not. Is it that bit there faulty? I've got some missing contact here. Tap, tap. Quick tap. Beautiful. I don't know whether to check all the wires and all the pins. I'll just do it one by one. It was that middle pin, and it comes down to there. Brilliant. See, that's going to work now. How many is that have I done? No. You're teasing us. That's 23. That's 24. I'm assuming this one's going to be 25. Yeah, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Why are them three coming through the board there? I'm calling this one 32. I don't think it is. I think it's 31, but I cannot see where it goes. I've got a couple here. This one does work. The next one up is off. That's not working. I'll just do this middle one. There we go. I don't know if I caught that on camera, but I'm not doing it again. There, this one to there, and this one to there. Attempt 265. Nope. I'll keep looking. I might have a problem. I've got a short on them two pins. I don't know where they go. So this is going to have to come back off, I think. So it's the two pins, unless they're both ground. Possible I've got two ground pins? Or is the chip damaged? There's no wires to tell us. I don't like that. What's the chances of me finding a pinout? I can't find a data sheet for it, and I'm trying to decide whether or not to take it back off. If I take it off and the pads are shorted, I should be able to see if they're both ground. I think I'll just take it off. It's going to be quicker than trying to find something online. I'm going to lose me repair here, but so be it. We're trace going to there, trace going to there, and these look like they're grounded. So it looks like that's correct. I hope I haven't lost C2 here. C2's missing. Oh, there it is. Made in Taiwan. That seems all okay to me. I am running out of ideas. Normally you just clean it up and reflow the chips. I wonder if these legs weren't sitting properly. I'll put this back on. Reinstate C2. Right, so I've reinstated that. I will wait for it to cool down. I'm not holding out much hope, and I've put the capacitor back on. The board's getting darker and darker every time I put the hot air on it. Well, we may as well give it a shot. Nope. I'm tempted just to reflow these legs on this chip and then call it a night. I'll do them all while I'm on. That looks blooming lovely. Right, here we go. Still the same. I suppose it could be a faulty chip, but I feel like I'm missing something. Right, I might have found out what the problem is. So what I've done, this is the cartridge connector. I've printed that off just for all the numbers. And I've traced from each connector to each chip. Obviously there's a pattern emerges. So you got sort of like 11, 12, 13. I don't know where 14 is. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21. You get the idea. Pin 20 on the connector goes straight up to the chip at the top of the board. But I find it a bit strange that I've got 38, 39. I'm missing 40. I've got 41 and 42. So I think 40 is the problem. So this chip is going to have to come back off for a third time, so I can have a look underneath and see what's happening with pin 40. So this is 40, 41, 42. I've already repaired 43 and 44. And if you'll remember, this was all the corrosion. I thought 40 was okay because I tested the top half a dozen. If I zoom in there on pin 40, that's the one with this dot, because the dot is every 5. It's quite secure. I'll just double check that. I'll clean that up, get it nice and shiny, and I'll just run my other lead along the bottom connector, and there's no beep, so that chip's coming off. Actually, that pin there is not connected. So what I'll do first is I'll pop that pin on, just in case 40 doesn't actually go anywhere, and the problem I've had is that pin not being connected. I might have just saved myself a bit of time if this actually works, and it's just that. Right, well that's definitely down. Yeah, still the same. We're going to have to look at pin 40. Well, I can see pin 40 looks like it has a trace coming out of it. That's even before I clean it up. It should come to here by the looks of it. There's that one. Looking at my piece of paper here, missing pin 40. 23. So 23 on this one. That's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So this one comes down to 17 at the bottom. And it does. And I think it should go to here, which is pin 40. And it looks like pin 40 might come to that wire. And it does. So it's this one to pin 40. That's what's missing. This little one here. I didn't even need to take that blooming chip off. I'm going to have to try and work out where it's actually damaged. Is it damaged on the pin or on the wire there? I think it's going to be that wire. Let's scrape this off. So there to the pin. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely broken there. So we'll pop the chip back on and then we'll put a little trace repair. Excellent. I can't remember if it's the third or the fourth time this chips came off. Right, that's going on there. They all look stuck down quite well. And then we'll pop a jumper on there. Turn this round. So pin 17 at the bottom, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. should come up to this one and then go to pin 40, and it does. Excellent. I'm just going to double check these, make sure they're not touching. They look alright. And that's it. That's the game fixed. How about that? Thanks for watching. No, I'm going to have to test it. I thought I'd tested 40 and those top pins. I'm genuinely nervous, because if this is sort of like the last chance hurrah. I don't know what to do if this doesn't work. Look at that. That's a beautiful Nintendo logo, and it's on. Absolutely. Oh, come on, work. This game can only be played in the Nintendo Game Boy Color. I don't believe it. Oh, hang on. Have I got it? I don't know if I've got a working one. Oh no. Got a yellow one. So while I've been trying to fix this and test it on the pocket there, have some of you guys been shaking your heads in disbelief? Hang on. That's it. My eyes cannot read that. Only for Game Boy Color. Staring us in the face all this time. Where's the on-off switch? Come on. Do my batteries not work? No. Battery. Have I got a faulty switch? There you go. I've got a faulty switch. Have I got volume? Where's this Game Boy Color came from? If it's got a faulty, if it's got no speaker and a faulty switch. Have I not done a video on this before? Well, I think my next video is going to be a Game Boy Color. I'll plug this into my speakers. Right, so I've got audio, so the game's working. Oh, it's a top-down racer. That's about as much as I want to play it. Can't believe you gotta have a Game Boy Color to play it. Will it not play on the Advance? Perhaps it will. I'm sure I've had this working before. I'm going to try this on an Advance. There you go. It came on, I think, is it? Yes. You can play it on an Advance. Right, so I need to put a battery in. That's easier to see. This has got the IPS screen. So that's working. But that's not working. Anyways, right. Next video, I think. I'm just so happy that this is working now. I think I need to clean up the inside of there and put a battery on. I've got replacement batteries. Right, is this one? Same, got to be. Now I haven't got to be like everybody on Reddit, and I've got to put it on the right way. So I've got a positive here. Right, so that side's got a positive mark on. So that tab is positive, so it needs to go like that. Before I go to the trouble, I better check to make sure I've got 3.2 volts. Is that right? I expect so. Positive to positive. Yeah, that's right. That's alright. That doesn't need a clean up. I'll clean the back of that up, and I'll go and clean the back of this up. I don't like putting IPA on clear plastic. I wonder how many trace repairs I actually did. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 trace repairs to get that working. And I learned a little bit more about the edge connector. So that there should be pin 40. In the bottom row is U1, and the top row is U3. Excellent. I don't know what, there's a question mark here. I don't know if that's a question mark on 2. And I don't know, oh yes, V in. I don't know what the difference between VIN is and VDD. If you know, let us know. Right, bit of furniture polish. Remember, this has had a battery leak inside, so it's not going to come up brand new looking. And the motor, went in there like that, and I'm pretty sure red went to positive. Okay, last test. Oh, I need a battery. Oh, the motor's working because it's just span there. Right, P, or, because I need to save a game to test the battery. There you go, first place. You won. Time 1 minute 29. So if I turn that off, pull the game out. Okay, so I'm just editing the video up, and the Game Boy Color had a faulty switch and a dirty headphone jack. So there's the old switch. I've taken that out and I've put in one of these, and that's working absolutely fine. And there's Star Wars Racer playing on the Game Boy Advance SP, so that's working on there too. That's it. Back to the video. Is that going to save on there? I hope so. Records. There you go. That's me. First 129. Excellent. Brilliant. That's took, well, a little bit longer than what I thought it would take. But that's what happens when you buy corroded equipment. It's to be tightened up a bit. Wow, what a pain in the bum that was. But I've enjoyed it. It's gave me something to do over the weekend, and for £3 I'm not going to complain. Now I know why there's a battery in here, because I was going to buy a pinball one to see why they had a battery in. Actually, I've just noticed on there it says Rumble, made in Japan. There you go. I'm always the last to know. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, you didn't enjoy it. Thanks very much for sticking with us, and I'll see you all hopefully in the next one.